Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. As you'll see from the background, I'm standing there talking to you guys, but I have no clue what I'm saying because I forgot to turn on the mic. I don't know why that's a thing lately. I guess I was just rushing to go to work and wanted to start recording and completely forgot to come and just turn this on. You'll see it's not on on the picture. Anyways, today we are going to go ahead and whip up a peanut chicken. I saw this peanut sauce recipe online that was to die for, and I decided, hey, I have just about all of these ingredients. I'm going to do a few modifications so I can Angie style it. And I had pad thai on the brain. I was actually craving shrimp pad thai, and I had some palmini noodles in the pantry. So why not go ahead and put those palmini noodles to use? That peanut sauce that I looked up, and some chicken breast that I had in the freezer. So let me go ahead and show you all the ingredients I'm going to be using, and let's get to cooking.
Okay, so we've got two chicken breasts that I have already defrosted, and we'll be using some pink salt, garlic powder, black pepper, sesame seeds, cumin, and parsley. Down here, I also have some turmeric and paprika, which we'll use also. The sauce is going to consist of peanut butter, ginger, garlic, low sodium soy sauce, some lemon juice. I have toasted sesame oil back here, and a little bit of maple syrup. You can also use honey. I don't have honey, and I have just enough syrup to get this through. So those are the main ingredients we're gonna be using. Oh yeah, and that quarter cup of water. I should have said that. There's the pot that we're gonna dump all this stuff in. First, let's work on dicing the chicken. You'll see here I'm using my shears. I love using the shears for everything. I just find it so much easier and faster. So I'm cutting it into cubes after I removed and discarded any extra skin or fat that was off to the side because, this isn't something crispy. It's stewy. Let's go ahead and season it. I'm starting with the pink salt, and we're going to be generous with all of this seasoning because I'm not going to come in for a second time with them. Let's throw in some of that garlic powder and the onion powder. And now I'm going to do some black pepper. That I'm not so generous with. Same as the cumin. I'm not terribly generous with cumin. Here's some of the smoked paprika. And I'm about to bust out the turmeric too. I guess I was generous with that smoked paprika, huh? I wanted that redness to pop out and the smokiness. Here we go with the turmeric. So many health benefits. Let's get our hands dirty and give that a nice stir. Got those hands washed. Let's go ahead and turn on the stove. I'm putting it somewhat on a high, a little bit higher than medium high because we want it to get a really good sear. I'm going to put in just a dollop of oil, not too much because you don't want this to be oiling. We're not deep frying. All we're going to do is just coat the pan. So in the meantime, while that pot's getting hot, let's go ahead and start slicing up these onions. I'm not going to do it super thin because I don't want it to just like basically dissolve. I want it to have a nice bite to it. So now that the oil is hot after dicing all those onions, let's go ahead and stir the chicken into the pot. You want to make sure that the chicken is touching the pot. Like try to stir it around to make sure each and every single piece is touching it. After that sat there for a little bit getting seared, I had to stir the peanut butter because it was a brand new jar. I'm coming back in to give it its first stir. So like that, all sides can get nice and seared. Let's start working on this sauce. I'm going to go ahead and throw in that quarter cup of the water as well as this half a cup of peanut butter. Now this part might take me a minute, even though I won't show the whole thing to you because I want to make sure I get every little dollop and drop out of there. Moving forward, almost everything is a tablespoon. So we're going to do a tablespoon of this garlic puree. I was being lazy. Usually I like to mince my own garlic. And this puree of ginger as well. So a tablespoon of garlic, a tablespoon of ginger. Let's get that thrown in there. And I'm using low sodium soy sauce. So we're going to do a whole tablespoon of soy sauce. And sesame oil. I'm pretty sure this was one of the things I came back and added more of. So the tablespoon of sesame oil and half a tablespoon of the syrup. You can do more, and you can also use honey instead of syrup. It calls for a tablespoon of lime. In my case, it was a small lime. I was able to squeeze the entire thing and it gave me a full tablespoon. So use your judgment. And that's it. Now it's going to be time to whip up that sauce, but before I do, let me give this chicken another stir. Look how beautiful that's coming along. You'll see that one side of my pot is more caramelized than the other, like more charred. I think that's my hot spot. We'll tackle that in a minute. In the meantime, let's throw some onions in there and stir them around so that they can be nice and broken up. And we want them to sweat and get translucent and fully cooked down. It's going to pick up a lot of those flavors from that chicken.
And guess who noticed that the mic wasn't on? So I guess everything prior to this was a voiceover. But I'm here now. I turned on the mic. I'm so sorry. I started getting really close with time with me starting to work, so I guess I was rushing through getting dinner made and didn't bother to turn on the mic. So I am stirring the sauce right now. I am going to dip my finger in here again and give it a taste test. Much better. Much better. Definitely do your own taste test and see what more flavors you want in case you want more peanut butter, in case you want more ginger, or whatever the case may be. This is pretty much done. The chicken, I should say. Woo. So I'm gonna add. Let me turn this around. To help me deglaze this pan a little bit, I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken broth. I'm gonna say that was probably a quarter of a cup, and I'm just gonna stir it around. That's gonna help tenderize the chicken too, and I want it to help me deglaze the pan because it looks like one side of the pot is a lot more charry than the rest of it. Oh, let's do that. And then I'm going to be ready to add this sauce and throw in those noodles in here too so that the noodles can cook. I believe I'm supposed to drain those noodles. Let me go ahead and double check that. If I remember correctly. Remove from bag. Oh no, and then mix with choice of sauce. Maybe it was a different brand that I had bought. Okay, so let's do that. Let me use my shears to open this bag. Let's go ahead and throw them both in. 1 and 2. Let's grab my other one. I'm going to stir it around and then I'm going to add the sauce in. The color of this is definitely not appetizing. Yellowish, brownish colors of food doesn't always look appetizing, but you saw how many flavors this is going to have, so in that goes. Oh, let me lower my heat too. I'm lowering the heat to low. I don't want any of this sauce to go to waste. Give it more of a stir. Let me get my Gorilla Gloves because I'm sure this pan is like, this pot is super hot. And I want to hold it to help it stay still while I stir. Okie dokie, much better. Oh my god, that smells so good. And I'm going to top this or garnish it with sesame seeds and parsley. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that smells amazing. If you love pad thai, you're going to love the way this smells. It smells so good. You have crushed peanuts or just peanuts and then you crush them. Crush them and sprinkle it on top as a garnish. I don't have peanuts. I have almonds and I have walnuts. And then these sesame seeds. Okay, I'm going to let this sit in here for a little bit so that all the flavors can get absorbed. And just so that those noodles can get a little bit tender, because Lou doesn't like them al dente, I'm going to add a little bit more of this chicken broth, and I'm going to cover it. All right, Alexa went off, and it is done. I did go ahead and serve a little bit and garnished it with parsley and sesame seeds and put some lime there on the side just to get a nice picture. But I think we're just going to do a taste test for you guys because she ended up breaking her fast. She's not hungry. I ended up breaking my fast. She had like a grilled cheese with tortilla, and I had parfait. I wanted to get dinner done before I started working so that I didn't have to cook after I get off of work, but that's gonna sit there until later on tonight. But maybe Lou's down to do a little taste test with me for you guys, just both of us from that same plate, and give you our first impressions now that it's fresh and out of the pot. All right, let's give this a taste test. Let me grab 2 little forks. I'm nervous but excited. You know, I always love trying new things.
I'm not nervous at all.
You're not nervous at all?
No, your stuff is always awesome.
I know, but this isn't my stuff. This is something I found off the internet that now I just kind of tweaked.
Exactly, which means you made it better.
What do you think? What do you guys think? You saw it.
It's restaurant.
Well, I garnished it with a big one. You shush.
Well, we have somebody peeking over the back there.
All right, let's give this a try.
I'm going in for the chicken first.
You're going in for the chicken. She's not even a chicken fan.
No, but
I'm going in for the noodles.
I smell
first.
the ginger right away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're gonna want the noodles more cooked still. I like it like this.
I'm going in for chicken and noodles.
I left the sesame oil out because I know she likes to add extra sesame to everything.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Even the noodles are good.
Let me try it with the chicken. I got chicken, onion, and noodles. The ginger. And the peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's beautiful.
And even though I added more soy sauce, the umami is still minimal. It's not a lot. It's not pungent, right?
Pungent.
I'm like spelling it in my head as I'm saying it. Yeah, I think it's good.
It's very good.
I think I'm going to go in for one more bite and then I'm going to put it to the side. Look how soft that chicken was. With the little fork, I'm just like cutting right through it.
Yep.
That's because I added that extra chicken broth to the pan to deglaze it. Since the chicken was cooked, it kind of like absorbed it all right away, like liquid. And that just made it more tender. It's so good.
Yep.
It's so good. You guys have to try this. I'm glad I decided to look up something new to get creative and, you know, just see what I can do with chicken. And these were all ingredients I had.
You sure you're not going to eat? It looks like you're all in
No,
there.
no, I'm putting it away. I don't want to end up getting a stomach ache. But I'm tempted. It's so good. I'm tempted. If you enjoyed cooking this with me, you saw how easy it was. Really, it's just a matter of mixing all those ingredients for the sauce together. Everything else is like a dump and let it go type of deal. Please give me a big thumbs up. Serve that over veggies. Serve that over rice. It doesn't have to be with noodles like I did. I just had pad thai on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So since I was thinking about pad thai, I decided, hey, let me see if I have noodles. But you don't have to do it with noodles. That alongside some rice.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, we've been having rice almost every day. So I'm like, not rice again. But that would be so good. All right. Well, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. What type of recipes have you ran into in a creative moment deciding, okay, let me whip something new together? I love trying new things, so hopefully you can give me some inspiration. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We look forward to catching you in the next vlog. Thank you. Bye.
You know what you didn't add?
What?
Scrambled eggs. Pad thai has scrambled eggs.
Yes, we can add scrambled eggs next time. I didn't remember that pad thai has eggs in it.
Scrambled eggs, yeah.
And green onions, but we don't have green onions.
Yeah, I don't know, we don't have green onions, I know.
And bean sprouts, we don't have bean sprouts.